What the fuck is up, A-by-D, dude? This is...
Still fucking up.
We still fucking up here, dude. This is huge. This is huger than Gina, guys. Episode 13, Halloween, motherfucker. All right? We got some special... Oh, yeah, by the way, what? See that shit? For you people listening, I'm wearing a John Carpenter's Halloween shirt. All right? Boom.
Classic.
That's what's up. But we also got something else. I have an original 1972 mystifying Oracle Ouija board that my brother got from an estate sale, and I've had that shit since 2014, and no one has ever Ouija'd before. All right? No one has ever Ouija'd with this board with me around.
So
okay?
we're popping its cherry.
Yeah, this is we're gonna be the cherry poppin' daddies.
Ooh.
For Ouija boards tonight. Now, since this is a Halloween episode,
Yep.
and we are some creepy douchebags, you know what I mean? This is our day.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers, you keep your days. You let us have our fucking days.
Groundhog Day. Keep it.
Now, before we get into it, I want to talk about something. There's a person, we'll call her a friend, Angelica from This My Jelly podcast.
Oh yeah.
Cool chick. We both communicated with her at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
She had let Juan Damien Crucifix Plate over here. She had let him know that she wanted to hear a little bit more about our criminal history and life, specifically within the confines of a county jail or a state penitentiary.
Yes, the MCADF.
Yeah, the MCADF or the ADOC.
Yeah.
Now, MCADF is Mojave County Adult Detention Facility. Now, that place is worse than any place you can go to. That's the last fucking place on earth that you want to be. But, like, City Jail was nothing. City Jail was like fucking summer camp.
It's like hotel, dude.
I loved it. Remember, what was her name? Aunt Kathy, right?
Oh, I love her,
Aunt
dude.
Kathy. They would, Officer Murdoch, I'm sorry if I say your name, but you don't know his first name. There's a billion of them. Murdoch's from fucking Lethal Weapon, but this is a real dude, okay? He's a real cop in town. He would roll in like in school when they roll the TV in on the cart.
Right.
He would roll that shit in with a VCR player and had like Simpsons episodes recorded on it. And I would just sit there and watch Simpsons.
Oh, what?
Like withdrawing off of drugs and shit. And every time he would come by, he'd ask me if I'm hungry. He would just throw me a bag lunch that has animal crackers, juice, like couple sandwiches with mayonnaise and mustard. You could have as many blankets as you want, pillows. Yeah. You could stack 4 mats if you want, because there's rarely ever that many people in there that are staying. They usually get bailed out, or they leave, or they
get kicked out.
Yeah, or they get transported to MCADF immediately. Guilty. So you go to video court once you get in there. So you go there, you probably stay in the tank for a while. You go see the judge over the Skype or whatever.
Yeah, they put you in the holding cells.
Yeah, and that's where you see the douchiest of bags, and then. You go to your home for the time being, which is usually only about a day until they bring transport from the county and then bring you up there. Yeah. Now, this is where the fucking fun starts, right?
Dude, that's the worst fucking way ever.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
When you get to MCADF, where do you get to spend your first 24 hours?
Oh, in the fucking bird cage?
The beautiful bird cage.
Yeah.
And it's called this because it looks quite like an aviary.
Yeah.
It's just you walk through the booking area and it's just a big cage with shitty, horrible plastic chairs that they do not allow you to lay on the floor or lay down or sleep. They want you fucking miserable. There's a bathroom, but the bathroom is usually locked. So an officer has to come in. Yeah.
Leave it open.
Everybody, they always tell you, like, don't fucking forget. You got to pull the deadbolt out so the door doesn't lock. There's always a dick shit that forgets.
Yeah.
So your first 24 hours is in this area mixed with other holding cells where you sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
With a very shitty, itchy, half wool, half eyelash
what is
fucking
It's like
blanket.
Recycled fucking trash pretty much, right?
Yeah, I think it's like cardboard and tires and fucking human tears.
It's very comfortable.
It's so horrible. And they keep it at a crisp 65 degrees inside that place at all fucking times.
Oh my God.
And if you get arrested in a bikini,
good
they
luck.
give you the green scrubs.
Yeah, they give you clothes,
but they're not warm. They're like the shittiest clothes ever with just big open neck holes and armholes. Everything fucking sucks.
Straight V-necks.
Yeah. Deep V.
Yeah.
And then you got to go to that lady who asks you about your gang affiliation and if there's people you have to avoid or like basically that's what it is. Do you have beefs on the streets? Is there people that you know are in jail that you cannot be housed with?
Mm-hmm.
Now, after they wake you up about 3 a.m., usually 3 a.m. from the holding cell to take your picture, which is always fun. And you have to show your tattoos. Like I have a lot of tattoos, so they look at all your tattoos, they take pictures of all of them, they have you explain them and write them down.
I'm getting horrible Vietnam flashbacks right now, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Then, once you have your pictures and you get to the back, they take you back, they bring back a group of dudes. That's where the change out happens. Yeah. And that's where you lose your manhood. For the first time. You have to lift your nutsack.
No shame in my game, but
yeah, you have to lift your nutsack. Then you have to turn around, they say this, now spread your cheeks, squat and cough simultaneously.
It's my favorite part.
So they're gazing at fucking anuses for the majority of their fucking day. Like
Deep
you're
brown.
on butthole duty today, bro. You fucked up, you're on butthole duty. But there's that one dude that's like, I can't fucking wait. I can't wait to be on butthole duty.
Erect.
Oh yeah. Usually like, why are you wearing sweatpants, bro? That's fucking weird. He's wearing sweatpants and a trench coat. This guy's a fucking lunatic.
Weird.
So you get past spreading your cheeks. It's probably not going to be the last time you have to do it.
Now, before you you get after that, they put you through the machine now to do a body scan.
Oh, I never did that.
Yeah, they do a body scan on you.
See, because people could bring in contraband and shit like that. I went
check
in
the
there.
Density of your innards.
I went in there with I brought Skull and Seroquel into the jail, so I was loaded rich. So what I did was I got a condom. I packed it full of 2 cans of Skull, long green winter cut, or winter green long cut Skull. And up the hatch with 23 Seroquels. Then I met a guy in there who was getting released and he had 10 cigarettes in a cellophane. So I ripped the filters off, pulled the end of the condom out of my anus, stuffed the cigarettes into the end, and then tied another knot. So now I had a double bubble. Put it up the keister.
Gangster safe.
Put it up in my prison wallet.
Yeah.
I walked up in there, squat and cough. Nothing, bitch. I walk in there and I see a dude that I had met before, cool guy. And I'm like, bro, I got to take a dump.
Yeah.
And like,
wink.
Yup. Yeah, I winked at him like all big. And then I went, he was like, nuh-uh. And I was like, yup.
Yeah.
Booked it to my cell. Bow, 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 bow. Blasted one out real quick. Reached in the toilet, not giving a fuck. I'm in jail, fuck it. And pulled out the condom, ripped that shit open. Boom, right there. And then all these dudes walking like, what the fuck do you got, bro? What do you got? What is that? I walked out of that cell with fucking 20 honey buns. I had lunches, dinners for fucking weeks, bro. I was rich as fuck.
I think I told you about this last time I was there. This dude had like nothing. He had like a 1.5 or something. Mm-hmm. And he was like he's like, I can't shit. And the dude is like, one of the dudes, Chicanos, was like, you fucking have to, bro. He's just fiending. He's like, you're going to. So they forced him in there to shit. And this dude was like digging through this random person's turd load.
That's the low you get to when you're inside of a place like that. Digging through another man's shit. Yeah. There's so many weird fucking things. Like to get to the days inside of there, really what it is so much mind-numbing boredom and monotony. It's the same fucking thing every day. They wake you up super early, like 4 or 5 a.m. for breakfast, which is garbage. Then you go back to bed, doors pop at 9. Then it's just walking laps, just dudes walking laps. And it's like dudes that look like they're 60 who are actually 17. And they're talking about like, oh, I fucked this girl. I did this. I sold fucking 40 pounds of fucking dope to these people. I've killed like 75 dudes. It's just dudes talking all this crazy shit as if it's something to be fucking proud of. Like, dude, you got caught. And so did I.
You got
that's
caught for
why
stealing chocolate.
Yeah, that's why my fucking mouth is closed right now. Because I'm not bragging about being a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And there's so many dudes that walk in there with no fucking teeth, just hideous alcohol problems. And you have to sit there and watch these motherfuckers try to gum a cookie. And it's gut-wrenching.
Yeah, they don't know the trick, bro. The cookie sandwich, dog.
You gotta dip it. And then you put it in bread.
Dip it and sip it.
People literally did that. They dipped their cookies in water. Or Kool-Aid. That's gross. Why the fuck would you do it in Kool-Aid?
It was like the fucking store Kool-Aid. What are you going to do? What am I going to do?
Oh, you got the commissary Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Not Cool Up.
No.
Which is just aspartame and dog shit.
Sometimes.
But, so, it's okay. There are some places in there that are super segregated. It's like a real racial fucking place. You can't walk through tables. You know, there's just a bunch of rules. You have a guy that runs it down. There's a guy who runs each race and shit like that. It's real fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so like out in on the West Coast, there's the woods, which is the whites, which is woodpeckers. It's like a branch off of the AB. They do not do skinhead politics. It's Aryan Brotherhood politics. So it's like you have to fucking follow that shit or you just get smashed out, as they say, and then you get rolled the fuck out, which means you leave now or you keep getting fucked up until they take you out.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not fucking cool. None of it's fun.
It's funny when you see it, though.
But yeah, it's cool. It's cool when you're not the subject of it.
For sure.
It's pretty great. But I haven't been there since 2017. So I'm legit. I'm away from that shit now. It's definitely like the food is so fucking gross. Like literally all you think about, for one, you think about sex a lot. Yeah. And I usually don't. Like honestly, when I'm out in the world, it's not the thing that crosses my mind most often. But the other big thing in there is food. Out of some of the pods, you can see Carl's Jr., like J-Pod. You can see Carl's Jr., you can see Chevron. You can see McDonald's and shit like that. You're just like all fucking day like, I just want a big Carl, dude. I can't fucking handle this shit. Or just the fucking
commercials on TV that are consistently playing food.
Yeah, like, Taco Bell's got the new quesarito.
And then you get out and it's no longer there.
Yeah, it's limited time only.
Yeah, you're like, fuck yeah, I can't wait.
As soon as that one guy gets released, that's when it's fucking over.
Yeah.
Then the day you get released is like the fucking greatest feeling. Because then it's like, especially when you're in there for like 5 months, and then you get out and being in the fresh air is so crazy. And then you like just walk out into Kingman, which is a shithole of a place, especially downtown where the jail is.
Yeah, you walk out and you don't have a ride. They're like, well, you can't be on the property.
Yeah, they're like, just skedaddle, bitch. You're not allowed to be here. Get the
fuck out of here.
And you go down to like Canada Mart. Like when I smoke cigarettes, I go down there and I bum a cigarette from the guy working at Canada Mart or whatever, try to call for a ride. But it's like everything is so awesome, but your sleep schedule is fucked up because you learn to sleep, first of all, in all light all the time. The lights are not off ever.
Oh, yeah.
They dim them, but it's still bright. They need lights to see if fucking things going on when they look at you in the camera. Under surveillance at all fucking times. You have to ask to use fingernail clippers. You get a razor like once every 2 weeks or a week.
Now they do it twice a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They didn't do that shit before.
But they give them to you and they're like,
you have an hour?
You have an hour, dude.
Yeah, so that's how it was. That's how it was when I was there last time. But the first time I was there, you didn't get a remote for the TV. You just had to ask for a channel check, and they change it to whatever. Like it's a race has a day. You know, white guys get to pick this day, black guys this day, Mexicans this day, natives this day.
And they left the remotes in there now too.
Yeah, and the remotes get to stay, so people could like get tobacco and cigarettes and use batteries and a razor blade and a paper clip to light the cigarette and shit.
That's what we would do, you know?
Yeah, that was pretty much. And then also the big thing, people snort coffee.
Oh yeah.
You snort Keefy coffee. There's Colombian and the gunpowder shit.
Bro.
Yeah, that shit burned a lot.
But don't forget the sweet
works.
ones.
Yeah, if you use the sweet and lows from commissary, psh, that shit's great. Okay, well, Angelica, that's if you have any further questions, if we didn't cover something, oh yeah, usually people's question is, do you see any gay shit? One time I did see a gay black guy suck a Mexican guy's dick.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it, but I saw them put the blanket up, and then the gay guy told me. He was a cool guy.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that guy.
That around that time, I remember.
Yeah, it was that guy.
Very fun.
Yeah, you were there.
Yes, I was.
You were there. And then I left, and then you handled whatever you did.
Yeah.
You did nothing, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you have any further questions about that, if anybody has any questions about it, honestly, we're open fucking books, obviously. We give you all the information you want. Even though we've gotten, like, comments on YouTube and shit that were, like, people saying, you guys are just fucking pieces of shit, and you're just trying to cover up your own bullshit, you fucking loser asshole. Yeah, fuck you, whatever. I don't care. I don't know your name.
Yeah.
Like, nobody knows anybody's fucking life. Why do you give a shit? You know what? Just be happy. Your life sucks. That's what it is.
Yeah.
If you have shit to talk about another person, your fucking life sucks. That's called projecting.
Yeah.
Read a book, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so you ready to get into the festivities?
Oh, yeah.
So now I have a weird kind of thing with ghosts. All right, now let's just start with that because that's the most Halloween-y fucking thing. I don't know any supernatural serial killers like Jason or Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger or anything like that. But now I'm not a religious man, hence, black craft and
I tried.
Not like, yeah, I tried religion when I was 10 and I was like, Santa's not real. You know what? Let's just keep going. So it's hard to believe in something like ghosts when you don't believe in like an afterlife type of thing. But I do believe, like, because science is the thing. Science is the thing that I believe in. Scientists have weighed the human energy as 7 grams. So there's 7 grams of weight that is electricity that exists inside your body. There's like 9 billion volts of electricity inside of a human brain. It's crazy. So there's obviously something weird there, and I know that energy doesn't dissipate, it transfers. It doesn't just go away. It just kind of like goes off and moves somewhere else. And then I kind of think like maybe it goes into, there's like a collective kind of consciousness, like where the whole idea of mass effect, like there's got to be something connecting people, like strands of energy of some sort. I don't know. It's kind of like a quantum physical type of metaphysical thing. But I did have one experience. I've had a couple, but one that stuck out the most was while I was in New Hampshire. Now, New Hampshire has cemeteries fucking everywhere, and they're from like the 1700s and shit. The house that I lived in was built in the early 1800s because they had it carved in the fucking door of what we had as the laundry room. Said like when we got our first electric refrigerator, 1812, our first washing machine. Like, yeah, it was crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
The wallpaper was newspapers. Or not the wallpaper, the insulation inside the walls was old fucking newspapers. Like when we tore down the shit in the attic, which was my smoking room, it was just old newspapers stuffed in the walls.
Yeah.
It was fucking sick. So I'm there in, this is in 2007, the end of 2007, I believe. And I go downstairs to get Cheez-Its and sour cream because I like those two things together for some reason. I know it's weird, but it's good. Trust me, just try it. Now, it's a 2-story house, so I walk out of the kitchen. The dining room is next to the kitchen. I walk past there. There's a window in the back. I see a figure that I absolutely recognized as an old woman. And then I stop and I look real quick, and I still see it. And then I look back like, no. And then I glance back at the window, and the thing is gone now. Now, the thing about this window is it's about a 12-foot drop to the grass below. So a 12-foot tall grandmother was spying, trying to catch some meat. You know, she was trying to see my ding-a-ling fall out of my underwear.
Peep, dog.
She was a peeping ass old bitch.
She was using stilts and shit.
Yeah, that Peter gazing octogenarian cunt over there was trying to look at my schlong, dude. Fucking cunt. Anyway, so I go upstairs and I'm like, hey, to my ex-girlfriend, the mother of my daughter. Hey, I just fucking saw an old lady ghost. And without saying anything, she's like, go tell my dad. So I go tell Dad, who's got a thick-ass Boston accent.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And he called me Speedy, was his nickname for me. Listen here, Speedy. And then he told me the whole story that when he moved in, the police told him there was a murder. So it was a grandmother had this granddaughter live with her. Her boyfriend, the grandmother refused to let her see. So the boyfriend, in a fit of rage, murdered her with a screwdriver in the outside garage, which was adjacent to that window in which I saw the old lady. Now, I didn't tell him. I just said that I saw a ghost. I didn't tell him I saw an old lady ghost. Because I was just like, I swore I saw a ghost, and Melissa told me to come tell you that.
Which is super weird because you like don't believe in that shit.
I don't.
You just automatically were like, yeah, that was exactly.
I was like, what the fuck else could it be? Because the only other thing I could think was that maybe I caught a glimpse of myself as a reflection, but there was no light.
Damn.
And I walked back and forth, and I could not see anything again. It was just that one time, and there was a light outside that back thing because it lights up the walkway to that garage. And the light was not on at any point. So there was no shadow, nothing. I saw a person's face appear in the bottom. It was like one of the windows with the 4 panes. The bottom right-hand corner, my right-hand corner, that was where the old lady's face was. And I swear on fucking everything, that's what I saw. So that thing made me question, like, what the fuck? Like, what do I actually believe? What do I actually think? I don't know. Like, is it like an imprint kind of a thing, you know? Like, time echoes, like, time reverberates because it's on a straight line, you know? Time is linear, the 4th dimension. Time reverberates forward and backwards through time, so imprints of things must get stuck, like just at certain points of your day, like you're kind of tired, maybe your vision is you're kind of vibrating on a different frequency than usual because everything's just, you know, molecules vibrating at certain frequencies. Like, and
when they say like the veil has been lifted a little bit,
exactly, it's the veil being lifted is just the words for you're now vibrating at this frequency to see this thing, because then it's like the whole there's 7 recognizable dimensions that scientists know about. I only know the first 4, and the 4th one being time is time being relative. So it raised so many more questions because I was like so sure that I had shit figured out before then. Like, nah, dude, you're fucking gay, bro. Ghosts aren't fucking real, dude.
yeah.
Then I started talking to my other friends who kind of believed more in it. And then they started telling me things like, yeah, dude, I saw this. And even I'm still like, with my experience, I'm like, what a fucking sack of lying shit you are, dude. You didn't see that. Fuck, I saw some shit, though, but you did. So it's kind of like, what the fuck? I mean, have you ever saw a ghost or anything adjacent to a ghost?
I'm gonna say this first and foremost.
You're gay?
Well,
I fucking knew it, dude.
You know what I mean?
Knew it, dude.
There's a couple times, and you know, and I'm sure our listeners all know, I was a fucking tweaker.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, you can probably write this off as psychosis. You can probably write this off as
meth psychosis.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but like, let me get to it though. Like,
all right.
There's at this house I was staying at this house. It's on Anita.
Okay.
And there's been like the people I was staying with always told me like, oh yeah, like they always fucked with me. They're like, yeah, don't trip. If you see something or hear anything, mainly a woman, don't trip. And I'm just like,
oddly specific.
Right.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Yeah. I'm like, sweet. Well, what
that doesn't
the fuck?
mean anything to me.
I'm like, well, what the fuck? But of course, I'm fucking smoking shards, so I'm like, okay, you guys are just fucking with me because you know I'm paranoid and
Yeah, I haven't slept in 7 weeks.
It's been a while, but like, things started getting like they started getting progressively crazier. Like there would be things moving in the kitchen all the time, bro, and like this was, I guess, a poltergeist, right? Kind of.
Yeah, so that's that's a malevolent spirit. So it has its own movements rather than like an imprint or something.
Right.
A poltergeist is something that actually haunts a place.
See, but it wasn't violent or anything. Nothing was crashing, nothing. But you could hear it, like a chair moving, like scraping on the hardwood floor that they had. And I remember hearing this shit, and it would happen. Fuck, because I wouldn't be sleeping. It'd be happening all night. I could hear it, like the chair moving. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'd go out there, peep it, you know. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'd tell them, I'm like, dude, were any of you guys out there and passed by me and didn't see you? Because I was awake. They're like, no. Like, we were trying to sleep. We have kids. I'm like, oh, right. But let's see. The dude, it was my homegirl's husband. He was telling me, he's like, yeah, dude, I've had this situation where I was sitting outside and I felt like a cold, like a hand. Like
I felt like a cold dick.
Yeah, well, exactly.
My cheek.
In my hand.
Yeah, I jerked off a ghost, dude.
But he said he was feeling like you know how they say that rooms get colder when they're spirits?
Yeah, yeah.
He said he felt that, but in his hand, like something was grasping his hand like that. And he was just outside
holding
smoking.
His hand?
Yeah, and it was like
He was trying to take the cigarette from him?
Yeah, it was a woman though, right? And he told me that story, and I remember I was outside listening to tunes, and I had one fucking headphone off so I could hear the street and shit.
And then you're like, my butthole's really fucking cold right now.
yeah.
Her husband's fucking your butt.
But I started hearing my name, bro, like, and this was like, next shit's pretty trippy too, but I started hearing my name, right? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh shit. So I kind of start tripping out. I'm like, nah, it's nothing. Just keep smoking. And I hear it again, like louder. I'm like, oh fuck. And I run inside, freaked out. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? They're like,
doors will save me.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I ran into their house, just like barged into their room, and they're like, what? What's wrong? I'm like,
they were both jerking off to kid porn and shit.
I fucking got in there. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what is this fucking thing you're telling me about this lady? They're like, why? What happened? I'm like, why are you smiling? I'm like, this isn't funny.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
it obviously didn't hurt you.
No, but it's true. See, I told them about it, and they're like, yeah, I'm telling you, dude. There's a spirit here, and whatever. And, like, I'm like, okay, whatever. Next couple nights later, bro, I start hearing, have I ever told you about the screams I was hearing on that street? It sounded like bloody fucking murder,
bro.
Yeah. Dude, so it's the same shit, right? I hear that. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, I need to go help this woman. And I go tell them. I run back inside and I tell them.
I need to go help murder this woman.
Yeah.
She's being way too loud.
Dude, but I go tell them about it, and they're like, what the fuck? They're like, no way. I'm like, just come out. I'm like, let's go outside really quick. Come on. Shh.
And you're all just sharded up.
We're in the dark and shit. I'm like, just listen. And, like, her daughter was there. She's, like, 12 at the time, and, like, she doesn't obviously smoke meth. But
yeah, well,
I would hope not.
For another year at least.
Yeah. But, she fucking... I was like, shh, just listen, dude. And I hear it, bro, again. Blood-curdling fucking screams. I'm like, what
Did it sound like it was coming from near you or what?
It sounded like it was coming from behind me. Like, every time from behind me. Like, it was...
But did it sound like it was at the house you were at? Or was it, like, down the street? Like someone was getting raped?
Like, it sounded like it was coming from inside the house.
But they were inside the house. Yeah, and they didn't hear it?
No.
So it was coming from outside.
Somewhere, I don't fucking know.
The call's coming from inside the house.
But dude, their daughter hears it, and she's like, what the fuck? And I was like, you fucking heard it. I'm like, I'm not fucking tripping then.
Yeah.
And the fucking mom, whatever, she's like, I'm fucking telling you, dude, like, this shit has been happening here for about 10 years since I've been here.
See, that's the one thing that's weird about, like, the chairs moving and cabinets and shit like that slamming. It's like, I've always thought about that, like, and heard if a ghost, like a spirit or something, is going to do something, they need to pull energy from something else.
Right.
So, like, that's why, like, lights will dim and electronics won't work. It's because the interference, because the thing that's manifesting is made out of electrical energy or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's got to manipulate. So it's got to pull enough energy to be able to physically move something. You know what I mean? So for it to be able to just do shit without having any electricity is kind of fucking, I mean, it's crazy. And I mean that, you know, it obviously it could partially be meth because no sleeping is like the worst possible thing for the human brain.
This is the thing I wanted to get at too. Like I've seen people ask, like, I was listening to Tinfoil Hat, of course, and they were talking about it. They're like, do you think, because Sam, I guess, did drugs, right?
Yeah.
He's like, do you think when you do that shit that it kind of helps lift?
So it's kind of like how a kid is more susceptible to, they're more open to that kind of thing.
Yeah, and dogs and shit and like animals or whatever.
Yeah, I remember this. He was trying to say basically that doing drugs was like bringing you closer to a different reality where this type of thing is real. It's like bringing you closer. It's helping you cross through the veil. It's like it's basically like a teleportation device to bring you through the veil, just slightly to where you're able to see it. And it's like, there was a way that someone, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson explained it. It's like when you see some kind of anomaly, something like that you can't really explain when you see it, like a ghost or an apparition of some sort. It's like the whole thing about you're only seeing a part of what's there.
Right.
And it's like the whole sphere, you imagine a sphere passing through a sheet of paper. And if you're looking at the face of the paper, the sphere is behind the paper. When the sphere touches the paper, you're going to see a tiny dot, right? Then that dot's going to grow, and then it's going to shrink. You didn't see anything except a hole grow and shrink. You didn't see the sphere passing through.
Yeah.
So when you see like a very faint image of a thing, it could be a much larger thing or a fully developed thing that you just can't see it. You're like the idea of being able to comprehend your own mortality.
Right.
Your brain isn't wired to grasp the concept of not existing, because you're like, well, what's it going to be like? Am I just going to be asleep, or like, am I going to be like dreaming, or is it going to be like this? And it's like, no, it's not going to be like anything. It's going to be like before you were born, like that.
Right.
Like, do you remember your mom's 5th birthday? Nope. So just like that.
How do you feel about shit like let's say people have urns in their house? Like remember I told you I got raided at that Smoke Tree house or whatever?
I have the girl that committed suicide that was like my little sister. I have her ashes at my house.
Right. See, but remember the Smoke Tree place with the D and little, I don't want to say no names, but she used to run the hair place or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're at their house, right? Same shit. It was me and my baby mama. She was.
Oh yeah, the one right up from Pima, huh?
Yeah. They were like, we're gonna leave you here for the weekend and just watch the house, right? This is where I heard some real shit.
You were with Sid at that point.
I was with Sydney, yeah. And they're like, can you watch the house, like whatever? And her boyfriend at the time was like, yeah, dude, don't trip about the attic or anything, right?
That's
and
right.
I was like, what? I'm like, why? What the fuck? I'm like, you're gonna leave and we're gonna be here? They're like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And
but see, it's all relating around methamphetamine and hardcore drug use.
Right. But this is what I'm trying to get at though. Like, do you believe in like the fact that whatever those people, there was like 5 different urns there from like obviously 5 different people, and like he was like, dude, they're fucking, you hear shit at night, blah blah. I'm like, and at the time I was like, dude, I'm high as fuck. Like, this can't be happening.
But what are you asking? Do I think
do you think that something like that, like having those things can attach to something, like like attached to that house, it's there. Like,
there's the idea that spirits or things like that can attach themselves to a person or to an items, like a cursed item, it's basically.
Like Zach Baggins has that chair in his fucking haunted museum.
Yeah, like Annabelle.
Right.
You take the doll, or there was that other movie, Sinister.
Oh yeah.
He has the video camera. It's whoever watches these movies, you know, they fucking see the boogeyman. It was great. I love that.
Shit was
movie.
So sick.
Yeah, that was a really good one. But I don't know. That's the thing that's weird to me. Like, isn't Paranormal Activity kind of like that too?
Yeah. See, but like, I was totally coherent that I was lit. So I was like, if I hear that, I'm tripping right now probably. So
yeah.
But dude, it was like as loud as you stepping on the floor, I heard it running back and forth from that shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, are you sure you guys don't just have somebody up there like twisting up?
See,
like...
the thing the thing about when I saw the ghost, I hadn't even done drugs yet.
Oh, I was lit.
I had smoked marijuana only. By that point, I probably was a little bit high, but weed doesn't make you fucking see ghosts.
Right.
I slept just fine, trust me. But yeah, this was like 2 years before I got hit by the truck that got me put on Vicodin and then started the whole process of me becoming a heroin addict. So there was nothing clouding my mind at the time that I saw this. Because when I did use meth, I think people can, especially in that situation we were just talking about, he implanted an idea.
Right.
That this is what you got to look for. You're going, especially when you've been sleep deprived and things like that, and your brain is on, dopamine is just being fucking shotgun blasted through your receptors.
Yeah.
Shit's going to go kind of fucking haywire, and you're going to basically manipulate your own reality to create a situation like that. The human brain is fucking crazy strong to be able to do shit like that.
Pretty much like speaking it into existence.
Yeah, exactly. You're willing it to existence.
Right.
And especially doing something like trying so hard not to hear the noise, you're going to force it. Yeah, you're going to force that shit to happen. You can project any number of things. Like, I've sworn that I've heard things that never fucking happened. I mean, being on drugs, like I thought that people were trying to kick a door in. I thought that there were people like hiding with guns behind a wall and they were driving down this wash. So I threw nails in the wash trying to pop their fucking tires.
That's new.
And yeah, nothing was there. It was the middle of the fucking night. Everyone else was sleeping. Like, why is this fucking retard running around throwing nails in the fucking street?
And all the other tweakers were hiding.
Yeah, they were like, oh my God, I think he saw us, dude.
Yeah, fuck.
This was over off of Indian Peak and Bluegrass.
Oh, fuck.
That little Bluegrass way that connects Indian Peak to Bluegrass.
Sydney's house is right by there.
I dropped nails right by 420 Bluegrass Way.
Oh, that was Mr. fucking Good's old place.
Yeah, I dropped nails right there in the low spot of that wash. And
that's hilarious.
That's the other thing is, like, I don't know if I would be scared to see something like that. You know what I mean? I feel like I'd be okay with it.
See, it's that, like, when it comes to shit like that, like the supernatural and stuff, obviously, like, yeah, I'm open-minded about it, but I'm also skeptical of it. But growing up, I would always be told stuff because my parents are from Mexico and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about being over there, but it's like a whole different world when it comes to that shit.
Yeah. Well, Santeria is like hardcore Catholicism where they believe in voodoo with Catholicism. It's the same shit.
Shit like that. Like growing up, like the fucking Ouija board. Like I was always like, I'm not fucking touching that shit. Like that's something I'm not gonna do it. But I'm fucking doing it tonight. But I mean, like, that's again curiosity. Me and my friends have brought homemade Ouija boards into the cemetery at 3 a.m., which is the Bewitching Hour. It's when things are supposed to fucking take place. And we had a digital camera so we could try to catch orbs and all that stuff, which you find out later it's mostly dust specks getting hit by the flash of the camera, which obviously pretty much every fucking thing that's ever been said about ghosts has been debunked. I don't know how you would debunk whatever I saw, because you can't debunk my brain. So the 12-foot grandma?
Yeah, the 12-foot grandma who was trying to peep my dong outside, you know? That's what I saw. And you're going to tell me that she didn't want to peep dong?
Yeah.
Like, you're just going to make me feel bad, dude. Yeah, she was peeping game right now. You're going to make me feel like shit about myself, and I don't appreciate it. So I'd rather just assume she was trying to peep at my sausage, okay?
Like, but yeah, like, kind of like what I was saying and shit, like me not being cool with that, right? My dad was telling me stories last time my brother was here and shit. He was telling us stories because I asked him, I'm like, do you know what a shaman is? And he's like,
a crack pipe is?
Yeah. I was like, do you know what a shaman is? And my brother kind of explained it to him. He's like a medicine doctor. He's like, oh, like a brujero, like a witch
doctor.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah. He's like, oh yeah, me and my friends, because have you ever heard of the devil at the crossroad thing?
Yeah.
Where you make a deal with the devil at the crossroad. My
day.
dad was telling me that, like, he used to live up in the valleys in Mexico, right? And, like, from town to where he lived was, like, fucking miles. And you would be walking there as a child, bro. Just working and shit, trying to make money for the family or whatever. And like, but he was telling me that there was like this myth about playing like poker or something or cards or something with somebody at the crossroad.
Yeah.
And like it invites the devil in. And he told me straight up. And my dad's not the type of person to be like, oh yeah, no, this shit's legit. Like, I've never heard him talk about it. And he told me, he's like, yeah, we fucking did it. And my friend started tripping out because there was a guy in black that was walking with them, right? And of course I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's Johnny
right?
Cash?
Yeah, that's literally what I told him. I made that joke and my brother's like, you're a smart ass. Yeah. But like my dad told me, he's like, oh yeah, my friend started tripping, he wanted to run. I was like, no, fuck that. We're going to keep walking, right? And like at his house where his dad lived and him, they had crosses everywhere. He said that as soon as he crossed into the threshold of his pad, like the dude stopped before getting there. And this is my dad telling me this shit. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, no fucking way. Like, it's shit like that. Like, hearing stories like that from my dad, like, fucking is just a trip. Like, I asked him about aliens, and he's like, oh, yeah, no, there has to be some, bro.
That's like
whoa.
Yeah, my grandpa's like that. He swears he was on the lake 17 years ago, and he saw a fucking unidentified aerial phenomenon. It was like he thought it was like a jet or a plane or something. It was somewhere around dusk, kind of dark sky. He saw the light, and he said it moved. It like was moving kind of slow, and then it boom shot across the sky really fast, all the way across the fucking horizon, and then it like darted to the left real quick, and then darted to the right, and was just fucking gone.
Right.
And my grandpa, he was in his mid 60s at this point, and he's still with it. I would believe him if he said it today. He's still fucking with it. He's 80 fucking something years old.
Yeah.
But it's people like that, when they say shit like that, it's like, I mean, aliens, I have to believe in it because I feel like it's arrogant to be like, we're the only fucking creatures that have ever evolved in all of history.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? They've already found numerous planets that are fucking Earth-like, you know what I mean? So it can't be too far-fetched that there's going to be not people, but living organisms. They found that there was water on Mars and fucking other planets and shit like that.
Straight like Predator and shit.
Yeah, so there's got to be all sorts of things. I feel like there's probably a place where there's just fucking giant people, dude, like fucking huge, like at the size of buildings. Like Jupiter is so fucking big, but it's a gas planet, which is weird. But if Jupiter was a solid planet where people could live, I mean, it'd be so fucking. I think it's super cold on Jupiter.
So there's no
or
surface?
Super hot. Not really. No.
She just tripped me out. I don't know. I just stoner thought like.
Yeah, no, not really.
It's just an orb of gas.
It's like an orb of it's like an orb of gas that's just made up of like particles of shit. You know what I mean? It's the same thing as like the rings of Saturn. They're not like legit things. It's just gas. It's like gas that's like the light bouncing off of it causes the color, and the sun passing through the particles of Jupiter and the size of it causes it to be the color that it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there were people, like I've always told this to people, because I'll stand outside sometimes at night, because out here you can see the stars really well. Just look out at the fucking stars and just be like, what if, okay, imagine that the moon, okay, take the moon, that's the center of Jupiter. Now put Jupiter there. I mean, it would probably be touching us. We'd be encompassed inside of Jupiter. But just imagine that there was a planet the size of Jupiter where the moon is at. Like, say the face of the moon, that's where the face of Jupiter is. It would look like the fucking Death Star is parked in your driveway. If Jupiter was where the fucking moon is, it's 1,000,000 times the size of the fucking sun. It's huge. Literally fucking huge. You know what I think it's time for, dude?
Is it time?
I think it might be time for the Ouija board. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the fucking Ouija board. I'm going to aim this camera down, so you're not going to be really seeing our faces, but you're going to be watching our hands in the Ouija board, okay? Bear with us on that shit. This is the thing. This is the oracle right here. So this pin
Mont, to be legit with you, bro, I've been dreading doing this since we talked about it.
The pin is supposed to land on top of the letter corresponding to whatever the fuck is going on, okay? Now, usually you're supposed to have candles made out of human fat, but that is illegal in every state in America, which is kind of shitty, but doesn't really matter. Because I don't necessarily believe in any of it. I like the novelty idea of it, but I'm not a believer.
I'm too
so much in
open-minded
this.
not to.
Yeah, and Juan's Mexican, so that's basically what he's trying to say by open-minded is that
I believe in
he was
chupacabra and stuff.
he was raised by people from Mexico, and they kind of force this type of thing into their brains, so they believe it. So the way that this is supposed to work is we're supposed to put our hands onto the oracle, which is this piece here. I hope that this isn't gonna like get off kilter because we're not supposed to put too much pressure on it. So if we go all the way over here, if we're not putting any pressure on it, it's not gonna tip over. I don't know. I think it's at about a good level right there though. All right, so I'm gonna get down here like this because I want to be up in its business. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, Juan, get your brown fingers in here, dude. Center that motherfucker in there. Okay. All right, put your hands on it.
All right.
All right, dude.
3 circles, right?
And stop.
All right.
Okay. Now, are we supposed to ask a question?
Yeah.
All right. Of course.
You just did
Okay.
the one thing you're not supposed to.
Oops, I took my hands off of it. I'm gonna fucking die now. So, is there anything
Yeah.
that wants to talk to Juan specifically? Does anybody have anything to say to Juan? You've got plenty of electricity around here. Oh, I'm gonna do it again. Of course, this is gonna keep fucking happening for the rest of the night. Anybody have anything to say to Juan? Let's ask again.
I love that you're directing this towards me, but
How much pressure are you putting on it?
not at all.
Okay, me neither. You gotta have something. Even 3 letters. Possibly one starting with a G. Anybody? Anybody got anything to say? Do you need the candle fat or what?
Start calling it out, like,
Yeah. Like that dude from Ghost Adventures?
oh yeah.
What, you like to hurt little girls, dude? Come at me then, bro. Let's fucking fight, Ghost. I fucking fight Ghosts, dude. I don't care. Do you think you're tough? If I make a mockery of this, will you say something? Because you're kind of being gay right now, dude. You're being a real gay guy. Come on, bring it on, pussy. Tell me something good. Tell me that you like it. Tell me something good. That's what I'm trying to say. See, there's nothing to worry about. 'Cause if it were gonna do something, it probably would have done it by now.
True.
Is it going by the G yet? I'm trying to make it spell the word gay. It is by the G. Look at that. It's on the G. Let's just say it's on G. Or wait, isn't there supposed to be? Because yeah, like in the movies, they're just like, so, are you gonna fucking kill me? And they're like, oh my god, it's on yes. Whoa, 6 times? Holy shit.
Dude, we gotta get Bishop
Juice?
No, the what is it, Larry Gator's on here?
The guy from Tinfoil Hat?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Lucifer.
Yeah, that guy.
Nah. Are you gonna do something or no? Because I swear to God, if you don't, you could follow Juan home.
Oh, thanks.
You can stay with Juan tonight.
Appreciate that.
He's okay with it. Are you down or no? Are you okay with it? There's a yes and a no option on this fucking board. Can you do it? See, with all this electricity and they can't do it, this has got to be horse shit.
I think they're scared, bro.
You scared, bro? Yeah, see that?
Are you fucking kidding me? Love that.
Nothing.
It just keeps going to G.
It's calling me gay, dude.
And that's going, what's up, G? Yeah, it doesn't want to do shit. See, ghosts aren't real, everybody. We just proved, we just fucking proved
Myth
it.
busted, bro.
We're the Mythbusters. Because we just did this shit for like 5 minutes. And like, I took my hands off of it multiple times. Nothing ever fucking happened. You went to goodbye.
I had to, bro.
You fucking homo.
Dude, if I get freaking molested by a ghost tonight, it's your fault.
I really sincerely hope that you do. So as you can see, ghosts aren't fucking real. We just proved it right here. So this should be the biggest video of all time because we just proved something that people have been talking about forever. Anyways, you have anything to add?
I'm kind of disappointed.
I know. I was hoping you would get raped by a ghost too.
Well, the night is still young.
It sure is.
Yeah.
And I'm dressing like a ghost tonight, so
Oh.
we'll see what the fuck happens. Anyways, that was episode number 13.
Yes, it was.
I was waiting to see if you had a 13.
I do.
Oh, look at that. It's a sign.
Yep.
He's getting raped.
Oh, man.
That's what that means. Holy fucking shit, dude. But yeah, episode 13. Check out the rest of the stuff. We finally got a new camera, right? Fuck yeah.
I'm seriously gonna be upset at you if this happens tonight. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna stay up all night waiting for a call. Dude, what the fuck? I can't poop.
Oh yeah.
My fucking butt's all plugged. It's gonna be like in Scary Movie, fucking the girl from 90210, the one with the horse face.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Tori Spelling.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like her in Scary Movie. You're just getting banged up a wall and up the ceiling like Train Spotting. Man, I wish the camera was gonna be there for that.
Make sure you
grab your phone, dude.
I will.
If you start getting molested by a ghost, please have the decency to grab a phone.
I definitely will.
And then I'm gonna ask you, what were you wearing? Slutty pajamas?
Yeah.
You fucking asked for
what
it,
are
dude.
they? I have the pajamas with the flap.
Slutty ghost pajama with the buttons to let your ass out. That's what I figured that you wore. Oh no, you wear one of those like nightgown T-shirts with the 3/4 sleeves.
Getting one.
That way.
The ghost is here, dude.
Oh shit! Why are they talking out loud?
It's not even Christmas yet.
They didn't even use the board. It's useless if you could just ask questions. You wait 7 minutes and then they start fucking talking to you. This is crazy.
Dude,
Because
son.
there's no one else in this house.
Yeah.
This is an empty house right now. I swear to God, there's nobody here. But what was I saying about you getting molested?
I don't know. Should I leave some like protection out or something?
Oh yeah, like Santa, leave a bottle of KY and a rubber fist or something. I don't know.
I feel like we're really inviting this.
We're really inviting some molesty ass shit to happen to Juan. Yeah. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I would gladly sacrifice your anus for knowledge of the afterlife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really think that that's a fair trade. I promise it'll hurt me more than it hurts you.
Well, I'll let you know how much it hurts.
Because I'll laugh so fucking hard that I'll probably shit myself. So that'll be great.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for watching episode 13 of Still Fucking Up. See you guys later.
Still fucking up.